Are you meant to suffer? The soul contract debate. There are moments in life when suffering doesn't feel random anymore. It feels arranged, as if certain emotional patterns, heartbreaks, or repeated struggles were quietly assigned to you before you even arrived here. And once that thought enters the mind, it becomes difficult to ignore. What if this was always meant to happen? But this idea raises an uncomfortable question. If suffering is part of a soul contract, does that mean we are meant to endure pain rather than escape it? The answer is not as simple as belief or disbelief. It sits in a tension between psychology, spirituality, and human meaning-making. And this tension has been explored far beyond modern spiritual communities. The origin of the idea between psychology and mysticism. The concept of soul contracts is often associated with modern spiritual teachings, but its roots overlap with older psychological and philosophical ideas about destiny and unconscious patterns. Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung, founder of analytical psychology, didn't speak directly of soul contracts, but he introduced the idea of the collective unconscious, a shared layer of human experience filled with archetypes and recurring life patterns. Jung believed that individuals are drawn into life experiences that serve psychological integration, even when those experiences feel painful or confusing. In a similar direction, psychiatrist Michael Newton, a hypnotherapist and author of Journey of Souls, documented what he claimed were accounts from patients under deep hypnosis describing life between lives planning processes. According to Newton's work, Newton Institute for Life Between Lives Hypnotherapy, some individuals reported choosing difficult life circumstances for growth before birth. While these accounts are controversial in scientific psychology, they reveal something important. Humans consistently seek structure in suffering. But why would suffering feel chosen at all? The pattern that feels pre-written. Think of recurring emotional cycles, relationships that mirror each other, fears that repeat in different forms, or setbacks that appear at turning points in life. These patterns often lead people to wonder whether they are simply unlucky or whether they are following something more intentional. Spiritual author Dolores Cannon, known for her work in Past Life Regression, Convoluted Universe series, claimed that many individuals report planning life challenges to accelerate spiritual growth. Her interpretations suggest that suffering is not punishment, but a curriculum. Yet, even outside spiritual frameworks, psychology offers a parallel explanation. Behavioral science shows that the brain is pattern-seeking. According to cognitive research summarized by psychologist Daniel Kahneman, Thinking Fast and Slow, humans are wired to construct narratives from random or partially connected events. Meaning often gets layered onto chaos after the fact. So is suffering planned, or is meaning being constructed? The answer begins to blur. The hidden function of pain. Here's where the debate becomes more complex. Even if soul contracts are taken symbolically rather than literally, suffering often functions as a transformative force. Trauma research by psychiatrist Bessel van der Kolk, author of The Body Keeps the Score, shows that unresolved emotional pain reshapes identity, memory, and perception. Healing requires engagement with that pain, not avoidance of it. This raises a provocative idea. What if suffering is not something we are meant to endure blindly, but rather to metabolize into awareness? That shift changes everything. Suffering stops being a sentence and becomes a process. But it still leaves one unsettling question unresolved. If it's a contract, can it be changed? Spiritual interpretations differ here. Some teachings suggest contracts are flexible, meant to guide, not imprison. Others argue they are symbolic frameworks representing inner psychological work rather than a fixed destiny. In practical terms, even life patterns that feel fated can shift when awareness enters. Neuroscience supports this in a grounded way. Neuroplasticity shows that repeated thought and behavior patterns physically reshape the brain over time. So whether one interprets suffering spiritually or scientifically, a shared conclusion emerges. Patterns are real, but not necessarily permanent. The real question beneath the debate. So, are you meant to suffer? Perhaps a more precise question is, What is your suffering trying to reveal? The soul contract debate ultimately reflects humanity's deeper need to find meaning in pain. Whether one believes in pre-birth agreements like those described in spiritual regression literature, or in psychological pattern formation as described by Jung and modern cognitive science, both paths point toward the same insight. Suffering is not just an endpoint. It is an invitation to awareness, integration, and change. And what you do with that invitation may matter more than where you believe it came from.